So let's see what we got. You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready?
No, but
All right, here we go. So, if you could snap your finger, what would you want the world to know about any homeless or unhoused person? Wow, that is a firecracker question that I love. So, for me, being someone who was homeless, unhoused, experiencing homelessness, however you want to say it, it all derives to the same thing. I think I would want anyone to know that you're not far from it. It can happen to anyone. I was an everyday regular person working a job, no drug addiction, all the things we think someone becomes homeless for, and I ended up outside. And becoming homelessness is a full-time job. Someone asked me one time, what does it feel like? I was like, going uphill with skates on. You're moving, but you're not getting anywhere. It's exhausting. So yeah, it's a lot of work to try to regain your life, regain your identity, and, heal from whatever hurt you or put you in that space in the first place. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I just say they're humans, they're people. They're no different than me. And maybe that's a take on your answer.
Yeah.
Is that somehow I think society thinks they're above, better than, removed from, and they're not. These are human beings, these are Americans, and they've fallen on hard times, they've struggled, but all of us have struggled. And I think, and I tell people all the time, I share that with you, Mark, that, perhaps a couple bad bounces and not the support of family and friends, maybe I'm living in my car for a week and then the car turns into a street corner.
what I would want people to know about homelessness is that we can solve it. There are communities in the United States that are reducing homelessness. But I think now, because there's a growing push for criminalization, I was downtown Miami and I met a gentleman who was trying to rebuild his life. And he got a job as a dishwasher. He has a degree in engineering, but through life that snowballed, he ended up sleeping on the sidewalk. While homeless, sleeping outside, he was washing dishes, trying to get out of homelessness, and they arrested him for being homeless. It's happening across the country. Instead of looking at evidence-based solutions like housing that will actually reduce and end homelessness, politicians are criminalizing homelessness. When he was arrested, he lost his job. The criminalization of homelessness is going to make homelessness worse. Housing saves lives, and housing is the only permanent solution to solve homelessness.
So, how can I fight homelessness and help the homeless in my community? Well, that's a really great question, and I think it's a question we all should be asking in every community, because the truth of the matter is we're all experiencing homelessness together. Just because you're not having a direct experience does not mean it's not affecting you, your family, your community, your neighborhoods, your businesses. So we've got to get in this together. So I think let's lead with Mark on that question. I really love that question.
Number one, educate yourself. Educate yourself and those around you. There's so much misinformation and propaganda and negative surrounding homelessness. Find the truth and make the truth louder. Number two, get politically active. We need to fix the affordable housing crisis. And number three, find a local nonprofit or mutual aid group to support. So in your community, there's people like Nikki and Dr. Kwane. Support them. They're in your community. Reach out.
I think because there's this gap or distance that we create between the homeless, I said a lot of us think we're better than. Maybe for starters, you can humanize these people by just seeing them. I feel like they live in the shadows amongst us, and they're ignored all the time. And sometimes just saying hello, we want to blow by them when they're asking for something because or we're afraid they're going to ask for something. We just almost turn our heads like they're ghosts. Yeah. And I think sometimes just turning to them and acknowledging them is the first step to people in a community saying, all right, the problem's here. Hello, I see you. I don't have any money on me, but hello, and just see some of these
You
folks.
can't fix a problem unless you first see it.
Yeah.